I tried countless apps and methods to solve my problem, but none could. And since I'd been learning to code apps for the past months, I decided to build it myself. So I fully coded this app by myself, and it took me just 1 week. And keep in mind that I am 18 years old and have been studying app development for just a few months. I'm saying this because I think it shows how much you can do with just hard work and dedication. You could absolutely do the same. Think about it. Imagine having coded your dream app in just 3 months. If this idea hypes you up like it did for me, then let me show you how I did it. I'll first tell you what the problem is, then I'll present you the app I made, and after we'll go look at the code and the tools I used to first learn how to code and to improve whilst I was coding. Let's get into it. So what exactly is this problem? Well, I found that the biggest struggle with improving my life was not learning great ideas to apply to my life. It was not applying them by doing the action necessary. It was actually remembering the insights. You see, I would learn the idea, whether it be from a book, a YouTube video, or a podcast. I would be like, holy shit, this is incredible. I just want to apply it to my life. And then the next day, I would just forget it. And then months later, I'd stumble back on the idea and be like, what? How could I forget this? It was so incredible and I have not even applied it. I just forgot about it. And so then I would swear that I'd really apply it starting tomorrow, and I'd forget it again and again. The cycle would keep on going on like this. That's how most of my learning experiences have been going in life. And I think I'm not alone. I'm pretty sure most people relate with this. They learn something, they're incredibly motivated at first, but then they just forget it. It's not that they don't have the motivation or discipline, it's more like they just forget about the idea. To combat this, I tried many different methods and apps. I obviously first used the Reminders app, on the iPhone, the basic Reminders app that has notifications on it. That was completely useless. I tried an app called Todoist, which I found great for tasks, but for reminders, it didn't really work so well. I found it was just annoying to just have so many reminders pop up. And I tried constant reminders too, which is basically just you take a piece of paper and you add a reminder that you want to, so something you want to keep in mind, and you stick it on your wall, okay? You do this, and the idea is that you'll stumble back on it every single day so you won't forget it. I tried that, and the thing was, I don't look at my wall. I keep on looking at my screens, but I can't look at my wall. I don't care about the wall. So that did not work. Another thing I tried, which was actually kind of efficient, was having an ideas notes. So, on the Apple Notes, you can just write anything you want, and I'd have a page dedicated to all my ideas. I'd put reminders, video ideas, but also simple things like I need to go do groceries. And so you can guess the problem was that there were just too many things, it was too cluttered, and I could never find the reminder I needed at a specific time. Also, I once heard Ali Abdaal, the YouTuber, talk about his method for remembering books. Basically, he just said when he reads a book and finds it really interesting and he wants to remember it, he would just make a video to summarize it so that he could come back to it. It's like a way to save it because he spent time working on the book, so that allows him to really give it attention and he can come back to the video every time he wants. That I found was actually useful. The first method of reminder that was useful. I found that videos, especially videos of yourself talking to yourself, right? Of your past self insisting on a specific idea, that I found was actually useful to remind yourself of stuff. That's when I kind of thought of my app. First, I called the app Better Self, and it's basically just a place where you can store reminders, but not basic reminders like I gotta buy some cake, more like important ideas for you. So you can go on this app and add reminders, whether they be video reminders, photo reminders, or whether you have some text that you just want to write. It can be a quote from a book or an insight you just heard, something like this, right? It can be a video of yourself, or sometimes maybe it can be you know, an edit that you saw on TikTok or something that you found interesting. That can work too. It's just specific videos that you really want to remember. You can just add it, and then you can view the video, the photo, or the text, or all three on the app. That way you have one place that has a really cool design, as you'll see, to store all your reminders. Alright, so now I'll present to you the Better Self app. But first, you should know that it's not fully finished yet. It just has the basic functionalities that I wanted. And I think it works pretty well already. Here it is. You can see my phone on the right. The Better Self app is in the middle. You can see its logo. Let's click on it. So the main view appears. We have two buttons at the top. We have the Better Self title and a search bar. Let's try writing talk. Boom. It appears, as you can see. The main view contains all the reminders I've added. Now let's add a new reminder. I click the plus at the top right and I get into this new reminder view. Here I can choose between three types of reminder. We have Instant Insight, which is a video reminder with optional text. Echo Snap, which is a photo reminder with text too. And if you just want to have some text, whether it be, you know, a quote or a reflection you had recently, you have Timeless Letter too. Let's start with the video reminder. I'll select an edit I saw from Chris Williamson and Alex Hermodze. The thumbnail appears. I can remove the video if I want. We'll add a quote from Alex Hermodze too. Once saved, the video reminder shows up on the main page. Here, I really try to imitate the TikTok and Instagram Reels style where the video shows up on the whole screen because I found that looked really good. So here we go, we can watch the video, play it, pause it. We can access the text that's been added to the video, and that text can also be edited, the title too, and even the video if you want. Let's now go back to the main view. We can also switch to dark mode, which everyone seems to prefer, and I understand why, because it does look really clean. Now let's add an Echo Snap. This one is about journaling. It was inspired by Marcus Aurelius and his book Meditations, which I recently finished. He was a Roman emperor who journaled every day to improve his life, even though he was the most powerful man of his time. That motivated me a lot. So I add the photo, a description, and I save. It appears in the feed, and we can access it as you can see. Next, let's look at the quick add feature. Normally, adding a video means you need to already have it recorded on your phone. But a quick add is for when you're, say, reading a book and you suddenly get an idea. You just want to record something quickly without losing your flow. You tap quick add, record a video on the spot. As you can see, I can immediately record and say anything I want. This is where I would normally explain the concept I just learned about in a book or the reflection I came up with in my journal. Add a title if you want, and it saves directly as a reminder. It's fast and efficient, even if the video gets mirrored, which is a bug I still need to fix. Now the video is added, and we just have to wait a few seconds for the video to get loaded. You can now access it as you can see. Finally, I want to show you some personal reminders I added so you can better understand how the app can be useful. For example, this one says you don't need a 6 because at my university, exams are graded out of 6. And I used to obsess over perfect grades. But this reminds me that focusing on meaningful projects like this app matters more to me than chasing a number. Or this one, which is an example of a timeless letter, where I just wrote quickly something I learned. It says, don't tell yourself a story because I tend to romanticize my life, like they do in movies and biographies, where people exaggerate their success and skip struggles and failures. But that feeds the ego and makes you overconfident. So this reminder helps me stay grounded and remember the real process behind achievements. So that's it for now. That is what I've done with this Better Self app. Okay, so you've seen the app. Now let's talk about how I actually coded it. So first I coded in Swift, which is Apple's programming language, which is the language you have to use if you want to code natively for Apple devices, like iPhones or Macs. Natively means if you want to use the built-in features and the language dedicated to development for Apple. I chose Swift because I was very impressed by how when you code on the dedicated app, which is Xcode, you have an actual iPhone on the side that previews your code and updates instantly with every change you make. I found that just impressive and really fun. Like when I coded button, a button will literally appear instantly on the right. I found that really cool. I learned Swift by following the online course 100 Days of Swift UI, which is a course I found very high quality, very organized, very clear, and the crazy part was it was completely free, except to get access to the solutions of the challenges, which I found no use for. So I do encourage you to check this course out if you want to learn Swift. The link will be in the description. As I explained earlier, the coding of Better Self took me just 1 week. I started coding using the stuff I had already learned in the course to make the basic functionality of the app. Then I worked on the design. Here I used ChatGPT and especially Cursor, the AI dedicated to coding. I used them a lot because I found that for design, they really outclassed me. They were too good. Any design that I did, I asked AI to do the same or improve it, and it would do something so much better that I was like, hey, I might as well just ask it to do because my designs don't look really good. I also used AI for things that I had not yet learned. For example, all the video handling you saw in the app, so playing videos, saving videos, recording videos, all of that, I had not seen it in the course. So I asked AI to do it. And the truth is, there are many bugs with AI's code. So I had to go through it, ask it to fix it, research why it was bugging, how to fix it. And sometimes I even took more time to code with AI and fix its mistakes afterwards than I would have taken by just trying by myself, going on Apple documentation and finding out what I needed. Which is why I want to warn you with AI, be careful. You cannot code, at least to me, you cannot code an app fully with AI. What you can do is use it to make either the first steps, make the designs, or show you new concepts, or explain to you maybe things, but do not think that it will code a whole app for you, because that, in my experience at least, it will not be the case at all. Did AI make me gain time? For sure it did. But is AI enough to make a great app by yourself? No, it isn't. Keep that in mind, okay? So still, I do still think you should go and learn a bit of coding. Okay, so now let's go on Xcode so I can show you some of the code. I just want to give you an idea of how much work making an app like Better Self actually requires. I'll assume that you don't know anything about programming. So here we are. This is the Better Self projects. There are a few folders dedicated to all the main views and for Firebase, which was for video cloud storage. So the first code I made was this reminder class here. This describes the basic reminder elements. It has a title, it has a description, a video, a photo. I mean, you remember what we saw earlier. This is it. This is the core object that the app relies upon or is based upon. Then there is the home view, which focuses on showing all the reminders in the list. Then the next thing I did was the add reminder view. This one was probably the hardest because it was very hard I had to separate the photo handling, the video handling, the text handling, and I had to make many, you can see there are 8 files in this folder because there are so many different things to handle just for the sole purpose of adding a reminder. And then there was the reminder view, which is the third most important view, of course, because it shows a reminder, okay? Now, I just want you to look on the left at all the files and see how many there are, actually, because those are all, I mean, many of them are kind of big. 300 lines, 200 lines, 200 lines, this is what, 250. So you see, they're fairly long. And so this is just to give you an idea of how much work it requires. So that's it now. You've seen the app, you've seen the code. It does not hold any secrets from you anymore. And I hope this shows you that it isn't so hard to build an app and motivates you to do the same. As for Better Self, it is far from done. I have many great ideas which will make it actually useful. Because right now, let's be honest, it is pretty basic. It's kind of like a personal TikTok feed. The things that I will add, the things that I have in mind right there will make it unique and better. There will be AI features, and you may be able to see other people's reminders and chat about them. But I won't say too much. Just wait for episode 2. I'll just say that it is my goal to make this app the best at helping you remember stuff. And so, in turn, to make this app the best at improving yourself. Because as we saw earlier, the biggest struggle with improving yourself is remembering the stuff that you learn. But for now, what do you think about this app? Because I think it can be extremely useful and I already use it. But I don't know if other people would find it useful. Suppose I had published it and it was available in the App Store. Would you download it and use it right now? If you would, please comment down below so I know if I should continue, make it better, and publish it. So just having a few people tell me that it has potential, it is useful, that would motivate me a lot to work very hard to make it the best app that exists. And if you don't know me, well, my name is Adam. I like to share my learnings and projects on this channel for those it can inspire and help. If you'd like to see more of me playing the game of life, well, you can subscribe, you can comment, you can like the video. This will all motivate me to do more. And I'll see you back here in the next one.